And so it's probably the first time going live, so let's just see how it goes, you know. Ngifuna ukubona kahle kahle ukuthi le live ihamba kanjani, because mina ngisijwayelanga lezi zinto. Angisho mina ngijwayele konje, what's this thing, ngijwayele camera rolling, sound rolling, tarararara. So yeah man, ngisejele ngalesikhathi yabo kubhaliwe la emuva ukuthi usibanibani was here, so let's just see how it goes, man. I don't know, but I've realized ukuthi most of the people who are most of the people who are trending or who are famous, it's because maybe bebayenza ama-challenge somewhere somehow yabo, abanye bangenele lezi zinto zama ama-competition nani yabo. So but yeah, sometimes though kunokuzibuza ukuthi and like abantu batrenda kanjani la emhlabeni, utrenda kanjani because angi-understand jo. Imagine a dog, sometimes you're working so hard to a point where you end up thinking that maybe what you're doing is not even worth it enough, but so teeny dog, so teeny, maybe let's push, we just gotta push and make sure that we keep it moving, man. We keep it moving, or else uzosala dog, uzosala. There's this thing called well, it's not something that is called, but it's just a statement, you know. It says that give a dog a long rope and it will hang itself. Abanye abantu bayazihanga too, bayazihanga straight. So mara angazi ngisejele ngalesikhathi yabona kubhaliwe la emuva ukuthi usibanibani was here, so sifuna ukubona ukuthi siyotrenda kanjani masilayijele. So kumnandi khona ejele bafethu, kumnandi. Sometimes kumele nize la nizongivakashela yabo, sibone ukuthi siyenza kanjani le shandisi, sipepe nama-warden, having sex with a warden and stuff like that. So but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Anyway, we can check le shandis, because angisho mina ngijwayele abo camera rolling, sound rolling. Okay, now we're good to go. So but then lento ukuthi I have to go live. Damn, sometimes you end up not knowing what to say because people are watching in real time yabo. So kuba like man, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Because people are acting a fool out of themselves on live, man. They're just doing anything for a trend, you know. So I don't know. So I'm still trying to figure this out. And like live is so but we are here now, man. Yeah, and somehow, man, just go and watch the full episodes on Langtree Studio. Somewhere go YouTube. So it's LUNGTREY segment or studio, yabo, so that you can see what the fuck we're talking about when coming to isn't those G20 politics, the Madlanga Commission and stuff like that. So there are so many segments where like we try to cover certain footages of what's been happening throughout the G20 and the Madlanga Commission, you know, because you all know, man, it's a show. This Mzansi ziyawa talk, Mzansi mfethu mna yabuya talk, angifuna ukutshela manga. So some monies they turn out to be missing, you know, and then sometimes our minister, they just turning a blind eye, yabo. So sometimes it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to actually think and believe that la Mzansi, like President Wade, he really cares for us, because he doesn't. The guy is just a puppet, bruh. He's just a puppet, you know. I think every country or every president in the world, there's probably somebody in the private sector who's controlling what they are saying, when to say it and how to say it. So probably most of the people in the most of the people in the private sector, they control the narrative of what the president should say, how they should say it, so sometimes it's crazy to just believe Uguti the president has a best interest at heart to whatever shenanigans that's happening here in South Africa or in our country, so teeny guys, so teeny. Namanki no ting teeny, so I'm just thinking out loud. I'm like, so vele a corruption say it I mean, imagine dog looting a whole 54 billion rands for a Transnet, this thing, the Transnet scandal and bullshit like that. They just decide to hand themselves over to the police because already nice the walls are closing in, so instead we are decided okay, you know what, let me just decide to hand myself over to the police so that they can give me an immunity deal. There's this series called The Blacklist. Yaga Raymond Reddington. So the guy decided to hand himself over to the police, and then in exchange for an immunity deal, and then at the same time he's gonna give them certain crimes that they have never heard of. So Abu Thabo Bester, Abu Vusiket. Imagine what if Vusiket is the Raymond Reddington of South Africa. I mean, I've heard somewhere people were saying that Vusiket is the John Wick of South Africa, but I'm like, nah man, really? John Wick? Come on, not John Wick, maybe Raymond Reddington. So somebody, probably, because I've seen somewhere that, who's this guy? Yeah, now Vusiket, he's gonna appear at the ad hoc committee, ad hoc or Madlanga commission. I'm not sure if that thing's gonna last, or I don't think he's gonna appear at the ad hoc committee because there are so many people at the top who are trying by all means, so that he shouldn't appear at the ad hoc committee, because I can see most of the ministers, they are appearing at the ad hoc committee and they are singing like a bird, man. Just like Upegekele last time he was at the ad hoc committee, he was singing like a bird. But those ones, they are just singing alto. Wait until isoprano, ne tenor, ne baraton. Is it baraton or barathon? Yeah, something like that. Wait until those criminals actually come and testify at the ad hoc committee. You're gonna see that, you know what, everybody's corrupt and everybody's involved, dog. Everybody's fucking involved. So it's just a shit show, Joe. Now sometimes imagine me myself at the age of maybe 50. I also want to appear somewhere in the news saying that Treasury has looted 1 billion rands from a certain tender, whatever. Na ngiyafuna leyo mali jo, ngiyafuna dog, ngiyafuna serious leyo mali. At some point dog, nathi kumele appear somewhere kumadlanga commission but is le mali sona so because nabo bayayidla ngisho bayayibhubhudla phela. And the moti yapeka, they are chowing the money that was given by the what is this? The European Union. The EU. I'm sure 3 months or 4 months ago, the European Union decided to donate 4.7 billion euros to the South African government for, what is this thing now? Energy, ama vaccines and infrastructure, hospitals and stuff like that. But at the same time, sekune operation to do like, you know what, bonke abomdara kumele bahambe wonke umuntu wena yo dog. So imagine to 4.7 billion euros, that's a lot of money, bra. I1 rand ingena kangaki laphaya, ingena kangaki? I mean, ngiyazivuza nami ngiyaziphendula. I'm like, what? All this infrastructure that they were talking about, that the Melebas implement your renewable energy, whatever, they won't happen. I mean, they will, but maybe somewhere after 10 years, because as we all know that what's this thing? Everything that's happening in the world, in most cases, it starts from the developed countries, your European countries, USA, Asia, and then after 10 years, can is figure like Africa. Just like podcasts. Podcast is not something, it's not something new. Akusinto amaye kahle kahle. So podcast what learning probably maybe 10-15 years ago. But like South Africa or like Africa, they started to become popular in 2020. So from maybe 2010 up until 2019, all those things, they were booming at developed countries. But currently, this is our time to shine. It's our time to shine. So anything that's happening in the world, man, sometimes you have to look at those certain indicators, like your leading indicator, your lagging indicator. Okay, so this thing happened where and when. So when will it happen to our country? Just like it did in G20. G20 is bullshit, bruh. I feel like G20, it's like a group chat. Sonke siyakhuluma ukuthi okay, mina ngizocontributor etshwaleni, omunye uzoza nabogele, omunye uzoza ne-transport, so that siyogroove siyematlapini nan. So it's just countries coming together to discuss certain shenanigans like your foreign trade, foreign investments, all those stuff, in order to uplift a certain economy. But we all know that it's bullshit, man. I mean, think of it like this, ne? We have Anglo-American. Yeah, we have Anglo-American in South Africa. Whatever that company is doing, it's extracting the minerals and the resources from our country to their country so that they can process it, whatever, and then later on they're gonna turn it into some jewelries and stuff like that. So you wanna tell me that we can't even have our own Anglo-African in South Africa? Only Anglo-American? Man, what the fuck? This is total bullshit, yabo. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's about time African leaders just decide to be like, you know what? Fuck you to the rest of the world, man. Because Africa is not poor. Let's just be honest. Africa is not poor. It's just that we are governed by foreign laws. So imagine a certain company from a certain country, from a developed country, coming here to some developing countries and tell you that you are not supposed to extract certain minerals from your country. I'm like, but this is my country. This is my land. Who are you to come and be like you are not supposed to extract minerals from my own country? They be like if like BEE. It's bullshit, man. It's just buying shares. Yeah, ukuthenga ama shares kahle because even who's this guy? Patrice Motsepe. Patrice Motsepe doesn't own those mines that they are saying he owns them. Ama shares nje kahle ama shares. So they are bullshitting us when they are saying that we have black successful men and women in the country. There's a big difference between being rich and being wealthy. Patrice Motsepe is wealthy. Okay, he's not wealthy. He's rich. But then, I mean, for example, how can I put it? Yeah, okay, maybe let me put it like this. Patrice Motsepe, he's rich, right? But the person who signs his check, or the person who's in bed with Patrice Motsepe, he's wealthy, man. He's wealthy. Just like who? Artists are rich. Even Black Coffee, he's not wealthy, he's rich. He's rich. Even if you have properties, man, as long as those properties, they are not making or generating any money, it's just an asset nje. It's just an asset. But if you're gonna turn those properties into what is this, real estate and stuff like that, properties, well, okay, maybe that's when we can say you are wealthy. But just having properties nje, you're just rich, my guy. You're just rich. You are not fucking wealthy. You're not fucking wealthy, man. That's what I'm trying to say, man. But I guess South Africa, it's a movie, right? Yeah, South Africa, it's a movie. Suiting, guys. There's nothing we can do and there's nothing we can say about all this bullshit that's happening, man. All we gotta do is mind our own business and try to get more money. Nyugubeza, dog. Nyugubeza. Get that money, boy. Get that money. Because whatever bullshit that they just sold us, it's just a fucking fairy tale, bruh. Inganekwane, angifuna ukujala manga mngani wami. Angifuna ukujala manga. Inganekwane dogen. Inganekwane. And the least you can do is just, because sometimes whenever you try to speak out, they try by all means to silence you. And remember, they cannot cancel you or they cannot silence you if you are not under certain organizations. Like maybe if suppose you have a TV show on TV, a TV show on TV is crazy, but suppose you have a TV show on TV, whatever, on Netflix, DSTV, whatever, and then you start speaking out, that's when they can silence you. But you cannot silence somebody who's independent. Maybe they might just try to gatekeep you, because there's a difference between silencing somebody and gatekeeping somebody. You know, so whenever you try to speak out, they're just gonna try to silence you or gatekeep you if you are an independent runner. Just like who's this guy, Tyler Perry. They never silenced English, my feature. They never silenced Tyler Perry. They just decided to gatekeep him, you know. So but sometimes you have to work hard to a point where that even the gatekeepers, they don't even have a say on what the fuck you are doing, you know. They don't even have a say, man. Because as you can see right now, Tyler Perry has got a deal with Netflix, even Lionsgate. So all those motherfuckers who thought that this guy is only promoting Black Lives Matter, black excellence whatsoever, he's not supposed to be in the Hollywood studios. Well, the guy just decided to go and open his own fucking studio. Tyler Perry studio is is the only biggest studio in the US. But here in South Africa, I don't know anybody who owns a studio, because most of the productions here in South Africa, they are renting those places. They are renting your hotels, whatever, just to create a dope scene, you know. So I don't know anybody here in South Africa who owns a studio. Maybe Gambit's Film, but even Gambit's Film, it's owned by white people. Well, maybe Nondumiso Nwasheni, she's one of the owners, but the main owners are white people. Nondumiso Nwasheni is that lady who wrote Blood and Water and this other recent series that just came out, Bad Influence or Bad Influencer, even Unseen. Yeah, there's this series called Unseen. Yeah, she wrote those stories, but she doesn't own the studio. She might have a say on certain credits, but she doesn't own the studio. So ownership, it's fucking important. Imagine yourself, dog, if let's say you have a property, real estate to be precise, and at the same time maybe you have you have shops. Yeah, you have built your own shops here and there, and at the same time you have your own petrol station, and maybe you have your own farm. You can breed your own different animals, vegetables here and there. That is wealth. That is wealth, man. Even people who are buying franchise, they are not wealthy. They are just rich. Just because you own a franchise, it doesn't mean you are wealthy. You are fucking rich. Because first to begin with, that franchise is not yours. Yeah, maybe you partly own a certain portion somewhere, maybe ma Alex, ma Tembisa, Upigupi, but the name KFC or the name Nando's is not yours. So the owners of KFC, they are wealthy, fucking wealthy, man. But the people who decides to buy a franchise, they're just rich. Two different things. You can be rich and not be wealthy, but you cannot be wealthy and not be rich. It's impossible. I mean, it's possible to be wealthy and not be. No, man. What am I saying? What am I saying? It's impossible to be wealthy and not be rich, but it's possible to be rich and not be wealthy. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So it's a fucking shit show, man. It's a fucking shit show. I also wish one day I could get a tender somewhere, maybe 1 million. 1 million of a tender somewhere, and then they be like, we're gonna do a certain thing. Mina le mali ngizoyibhubhudla yonke. Withdraw all the funds and put it somewhere, and then register certain things, register certain companies under my child's name or my parents' name, so that when I'm gonna get arrested, or whenever they're gonna come and freeze my assets or auction my assets, they gotta find that I don't have any assets to begin with. You see, Abu Bill Gates, who Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, those people in their bank accounts, they don't have money. They don't have money. All the money that they are generating, it goes to a certain account, probably a family member's account, whatever, so that whenever they're gonna get into some shit, the government won't come and what's this thing now? Oh. Yo, what up, man?
Let's go, Kebucho.
Yeah, man.
Yo, where you from, bro?
What's up?
Where you from?
Where am I from?
Yes.
I'm from South Africa. Where are you from?
We also from South Africa.
Where South
Then
Africa?
is in America.
Where?
In America.
You're from America?
We from South Africa, but our vision is in America. You see, you understand?
Oh, yeah. I get it.
Thank you,
So
sir.
your vision is to go to America.
You get
Why
me?
America?
Because there's a lot of famous things is going on in America now.
But even in South Africa, there's so many
I
shit.
double tap, man. Don't be like this.
It's a big country.
Or maybe you wanna become a rapper or something.
Nice.
So why America, though?
I'm gonna start streaming next year. I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch. You know what stream?
Yeah.
You watch some guys and that niggas.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
Guys,
so
double
you are
tap,
a,
man.
Nice.
you are a streamer.
Kiao.
Okay, so what do you guys talk about when you are streaming?
What you say?
What do you guys talk about whenever you are streaming?
Anything that the chat wants me to talk about. You see?
Oh, anything.
Yeah. Guys, double tap.
Double tap, guys, man.
So this time around, what do you want to talk about, man? Because
You
I'm
can
more
drop a follow, Kebucho.
yeah.
You can drop a follow.
I mean, I'm more into politics, so
Partners man.
so you're from South Africa, where?
Kiao, can you please double tap, man? Dan die comedy kan gaan heel en komt ze hier aan.
Fucking crazy.
What did he say?
Boos. Boos.
Come up your boy.
How many languages do you speak, dog?
Boos.
What you say?
How many languages do you speak?
Currently I'm speaking 4.
4.
It's must I tell you what?
Yeah.
It's Afrikaans, it's English. I can talk a little bit Xhosa,
Yeah.
and then Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
But then Afrikaans, isn't that difficult though?
It's my home language, Afrikaans.
So it's simple for you.
It's very simple.
I also wanna try out Afrikaans once in a while, but hey man.
You can take lessons, or you can do it on your phone even.
Drop a follow man, I will help you. I will sit with you on TikTok. Like in words you don't understand.
Oh, yeah, so you can teach me how to speak Afrikaans. Eh?
They can teach me.
Yeah, I would love that, man. I'd love that.
It's a beautiful language though. Okay?
It is like you guys love to gossip, eh?
Say again?
I mean, it is a beautiful language. At the same time, you guys love to gossip a lot whenever you are speaking African. So
Not everybody.
not everybody.
No.
Come on. I mean, in public,
I will go. Come on man, drop
What you
some
say?
likes.
in public, man. Whenever maybe you wanna gossip about somebody, you just switch into your mother tongue, you know.
Nah,
Really?
not everybody though. I'm just saying.
Monique.
But I know they like to
Come on
gossip.
guys man, drop some
see.
likes. Double tip.
Okay, I get your point, dog. I get your point.
He's both. Who was to win?
Who are this
I
one?
don't know any life.
He gets you people. But what's your home language?
I speak Pedi, but I also know Zulu, Xhosa, and even English, you know. So, but except for Afrikaans.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll see you again, huh?
No problem, man.
So brother, safe.
It's all- As I was saying, motherfuckers, so I was busy talking, and then these fuckers, they decided to interrupt me. But anyway, I guess it's a good thing to connect with other people, you know, so have different point of views and here and there, so that we can see how the world moves. We were busy talking about being rich and being wealthy, but I think maybe we've passed that. Yeah, we've passed that. Maybe we can try to talk about something else. There's this other topic that we introduced in our episode. I think it was in one of our episodes last week. Langtrey segment, LUNGTREY segment. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a township podcast. So if you're interested in conspiracy theories and shit like that, you can try to go check it out, you know. There's this other topic we introduced last week, like I said. Maybe I can try to impose the question here live, you know. So the question was, why do we like to speak to the dead? I mean, the dead are dead, man. Let the dead rest. But sometimes whenever you find yourself in some difficulties, you just end up praying to your ancestors, praying to God. I mean, does prayer even works? That's the question. But I mean, don't take me like I'm a fucking non-believer or I'm a fucking atheist or something. I'm just saying that most of our people, they love speaking to the dead, man. We love speaking to the dead, and I don't get it. I don't get why. every time you are in trouble, you be like, oh, Father God, help me get a job. Oh, Father God, help me secure a certain thing. I'm like, man, what the fuck? If you are not applying for a job and if you don't have a qualification, then where the hell will you get employed? But you are busy out here praying to God, saying that, Father God, help me get a job, help me get a job. But you're not putting any effort. I believe that hard work and success go hand in hand. But a prayer alone, man, that shit is just a fucking fairy tale. It's a fucking fairy tale, to be precise, So I don't get it why we like speaking to the dead. The dead are dead, man. Let the dead rest. It's like now you are praying to your forefathers who died way before apartheid. Even if they are here in spirit, I don't believe that they can help you. I don't believe it. How will they help you if they don't have any knowledge of what's been happening in this current generation? They might be here in spirit. Don't get me wrong. They might be here in spirit. But physically, man, they won't help you for shit. For shit, man. They won't help you. They won't even try. Who are these motherfuckers? Who are these motherfuckers, man? Okay. Yeah, try to join again. Whoever you are. I forgot your name. So, man, as I was busy saying, talking to the dead, I feel like it's overrated, man. Because I believe that prayer is just you motivating yourself, that you motivating yourself and acknowledging the fact that you are still alive, you are grateful, and acknowledging the fact that there are some fucked up shit that you did and you trying to change or repent, whatever. But if you don't mean those things, then what the fuck are you praying for? If you don't believe in what you are saying, what the fuck are you praying for? Like I said, prayer is just a motivation. So, but you speaking to the dead, man, that's a different story, man. That's a different story that I don't even get. Can't even begin to fathom what the fuck's happening, man. Like, to speak to the dead. God damn. God damn, that's something else, man. I mean, at the same time, don't get me wrong. Witchcraft, it does exist. Witchcraft, it does exist. But speaking to the dead, that is something, man. Witchcraft, it does exist. So is science. So is science. You know the formula of water. H to the 2 to the O. But you cannot take H to the 2 to the O and come up with water. You can't. You can't, motherfucker. You can't. But it is science. So is witchcraft. Yeah, witchcraft is science. Because sometimes we have this ideology that only black people, they can perform witchcraft rituals. No, man, even white people, they are good at witchcraft. They can bewitch you. White people. I'm telling you, man. So witchcraft is not a black thing, because they make it look like witchcraft, it's a black thing, and then science is a white thing. No, man. Those two things can coexist. So, but I don't want to talk about witchcraft because I don't know how witchcraft works. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know how it works. So I was just saying that this ideology of speaking to the dead, man, it's something else, man. I mean, don't you think everybody wants to have their own guardian angel? Whenever they are in deep shit, they have to call upon their ancestors so that they can come and rescue them. Come on, man. We all need one of those. We all need one of those, man. But whenever people are just going into some deep shit, hey, Togoza Gogo, hey, man, mfethu, come on, man. Work hard, motherfucker. Be a hard-working motherfucker, man. instead of burning candles and shit like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But at the same time, I guess everybody's entitled to their own beliefs. So who am I to say you are not supposed to do this and that, you are supposed to do this and that? I guess it's your choice. So, but it was just a question that, I mean, I don't even have the answers. I don't have the answers. I was just thinking out loud or imposing the question that why do we actually do that? Why do we like to speak to the dead? Another question that we were talking about in the previous episode on YouTube, like I said, Langtrey segment available on YouTube. It's a podcast, a township podcast to be precise. LUNGTREY segment. Another question that we were talking about or we were discussing is the fact that can a man and a lady be friends without a man asking anything in return? Can a man and a lady be friends without a man asking for something in return? The answer is hell no, man. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist, because in most cases, if you are a friend with a guy, it's because the guy wanted something and then he made a wrong turn somewhere, and then eventually he ended up in the friend zone. Most of the guys, they are friend zoned. If you think you have a guy friend, man, it's just a friend zone. They are lying to you. They wanted something in return, they couldn't get it, and they were like, you know what, maybe let me play a long game. Let me play a long game. Just like whenever a guy is buying you drinks at a club, it's not because she just wanna buy you drinks and shit like that. No. The guy is probably investing in you, man. He's investing in you. You know, there's this saying, I said it earlier on, that there's this saying that give a dog a long rope and it will hang itself. So in this case scenario, a lady is a fucking dog and the guy is just playing a long game. So the guy is gonna probably give you a rope for you to hang yourself. So it doesn't happen for a guy and a lady to be friends. Man, fuck out of here. If you are a friend of a lady, you must be gay, man. You must be gay, because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. There's no fucking way, man. There's no fucking way. I refuse, and I don't believe that. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. That is why so many girls, they have so many platonic friends. I don't know if anybody knows what a platonic friend is. A platonic friend is like a dick in a glass case, man. In case of emergency, you know, there's this fire extinguisher somewhere at the wall, on a wall. Inside that glass case, there's a fire extinguisher. So it's like a platonic friend. If a lady has a platonic friend, she's probably gonna use the platonic friend in case of emergency. Whenever shit hits the fan, that's when she can come to you and be like, oh, well, I'm not feeling okay. Hey, so-and-so hurt me. Hey, I'm not good. I need a shoulder to cry on. What? Yeah, that's a platonic friend. But having a genuine relationship with a girl, in terms of a friendship is concerned, man, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You guys are liars. Okay, we are liars as guys, man. I'm gonna approach you and be like, well, I don't want anything from you. I just want us to be friends. Bullshit. I wanna get in your pants, man. That's the main goal. The main objective is to get in your pants. But I'm gonna try to play a long game. Sometimes even niggas don't mind, man. Niggas don't mind what's this thing? Being friend with you, even though you are in a relationship, because the guy knows once the relationship ends, he's hoping that maybe my time will come. My time will come. Hence, I'm saying we are playing a long game. We are playing a long game, man. So it doesn't work. Friends with who? You might know the person. We might be classmates. We might be colleagues. But don't get it twisted. I'm not your fucking friend. I want you. I'm not your fucking friend. Yeah. There's no way a lady and a man can be friends without a man wanting something in return. No fucking way. Doesn't happen. Will never happen. You know when they are saying never say never? I'm saying never. I'm saying never. Never, never. I'm not your friend, man. I'm not your friend. This goes back to, I don't know, it doesn't go back to something, but I wanted to try to talk about this situation of DJ Zinhle and Metabongs. I'm not gonna try to get deeper and deeper. I'm just saying it in a manner of, you know what? If Vele Metabongs is dating this student from UKZN, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man. Because what kind of a relationship is that where a girl is gonna be parading you in front of her ex things? Come on, man. The guy is dead. The guy is dead. So there's no need for you as a lady to be parading me in front of your ex things. So I think maybe Metabongs has had enough, man. We gotta give the guy some break. He deserves a break, man. So if he's really dating the lady from UKZN, shout out to him, man. He deserves it. He deserves it. Duh. I mean, we all know that AKA is one of the greats. But the guy is dead, man. The guy is dead. So sometimes we just have to let the dead rest. Labafile mabalale. Once. Because it's crazy, man. It's crazy just to begin to think, you know what? I'm in a relationship with you, but you're still parading me in front of your ex things. It's fucking fucked up, man. I don't buy that bullshit. So shout out to Metabongs, man. Shout out to Metabongs. And some people, they might be like, well, how could you say that? Yes. How can I say that? Yes, because I can. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. It's upsetting, dog. It's upsetting to think that a lady's gonna parade you in front of her ex things. It's like now you are competing with people who are not even existing anymore. You can't compete with the dead, man. Just like right now, you might be the best rapper ever of all time in the whole wide world, but nobody will ever surpass Tupac, right? And we are not saying that Tupac, he was the greatest. He was one of the greatest. But if you are still alive, you will never surpass the legacy of Tupac and the impact that he actually paved in this world, right? So imagine I'm dating a lady who's always reminding me that she used to date Tupac. I'm like, what the fuck? Meaning I don't have a chance. I don't even stand a chance, you see. So Metabongs, shout out to you, man, for dating that lady. What can I say? Not a goddamn thing, man. Shout out to, you know, I'm not even a fan of Metabongs. I used to be a fan of him the time he was in the Black Motion group, but ever since he started going solo, I was like, I don't really get your music, you know. I mean, I get it, it's 3-step whatsoever, but 3-step is not my cup of tea. Yeah, there are a few songs here and there where I can be like, well, damn, that song slaps, but it's not my cup of tea. So I can't just say simply because I never been or I'm not a fan of Metabongs and then now I have a right to be like, well, screw you, Metabong, screw you. No, man, shout out to you, boy. Shout out to you. Maybe you knew that this relationship was about to end either way. Was about to end either way. I mean, imagine, man, there's this thing. Women cannot go backwards in lifestyle and men cannot go backwards sexually. I repeat that thing. Let me repeat it one more time. Women cannot go backwards sexually. No, not sexually. Women cannot go backwards in lifestyle and men cannot go backwards sexually. So, for a lady, if a lady used to date somebody who stays at an apartment, who drives a big fancy car, who's probably a manager or a CEO or something, when the relationship ends, who's this one now? Who's this one? When the relationship ends, somehow it's difficult for a lady to go back and date somebody who still stays with their moms or who still stays at a back room somewhere. So women cannot go backwards in lifestyle. If a lady is used to somebody buying them flowers, taking them for lunch, paying all the bills and shit like that, it's difficult for them to go back to somebody who's gonna be like, well, let's split the money 50-50. Well, let's contribute. She might. Maybe because she loves you, or maybe she see that maybe there's potential here and there. But in most cases, it doesn't happen. For a lady to go from here to here, no fucking way. And then with men cannot go backwards sexually. If a man, as men, if a man used to date somebody who gives them a blowjob, a doggy style, missionary, no, not missionary, maybe cowgirl, and all those other aspects of foreplay, and he loves it. Né? If a man is used to getting blowjobs, cowgirl, doggy style, and all those other helicopter, because some of these positions we be seeing them from porn. Yeah, most of these positions we see them from porn. So I can even say that most porn watchers are men in this world, because in most cases ladies are the ones who are making that porn, but the most porn watchers in the world are men. So if a man is used to a girl who gives him those things, those type of positions, those kind of foreplays and shit like that, it is difficult for a man to go back and date somebody who only does missionary. I'm telling you, it's like, man, what the fuck is this? I didn't order this. Have you ever been to a restaurant and they give you a certain order that you didn't order? All you do is to act surprised and be like, wait, what the fuck? I didn't order this. Did you order this? I didn't order this. It's the same thing when a man is dating somebody who gives them only missionary position. You'd be like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's crazy, because I'm used to those big things, man. Those type of foreplays where we can just do a role play here and there. So yeah, you've been a bad boy, don't you? You've been a bad boy, aren't you? All those stuff, man. So men cannot go backwards sexually and women cannot go backwards in lifestyle. Man. So if you really want to get the lady that you want as a man, you need to have money. You need to have money, or else she will leave and she's gonna settle for a platonic friend. Like I said, a platonic friend is like a dick in a glass case. It's like a fire extinguisher in case shit happens. So It's like that, man. It's like that, man. Damn, what time is it? Oh, shit. Shit. It's probably my first time going live like this and speaking all this bullshit. It's probably my first time, but I don't know. Let's see how it goes, man. Let's see how it goes. I think it's fun. Yeah, I think somehow it's fun, man. Just to sit out here and think out loud. Think out loud. Because most of the stuff that I'm saying is total bullshit. But some of them are facts. Some of them are facts, man. You know. That's how it is. And that's how it goes. You know, so maybe let me try to charge my phone and come back with a stronger lighting, because right now my battery is at 12% and I'm sitting in the dark. Don't get me Konje, I said that I'm in prison or I'm in jail. No, man. I'm somewhere in a fucked up place, in a fucked up position, where we can just talk shit, make it make sense. Anyway, this is me and this is you. I'm out here, man. Peace out.